Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one. So today we're going to talk about this movie, She Said. It's this movie that totally bombed, right? And I have a quick article here. It's called Looking for Lessons in the She Said Box Office Beatdown. And it was written in Deadline. So we're not going to read the whole thing because it's whatever. But it starts out when a film is heavily promoted and well regarded as She Said gets body slammed at the box office, it's wise to pay attention. This weekend, the journalism drama about HW will take in perhaps 2.27 million in the theaters. That's less than half of the already minimal 5 to 6 million that's predicted a few days ago. A brutal drubbing from a film that has had generally good reviews, and as of Saturday, was tagged by 8 out of 22 experts as one of the top 10 contenders for Best Picture. So let's stop and think about this here, guys. Now, I'm a huge film buff. I always have been, right? I grew up in the 80s, so I was watching Predator, Aliens, RoboCop, Conan, Ghostbusters, Man with the One Red Shoe, you know what I'm saying? So I love all types of films. I love going to the theater too. I like foreign films, action films. So film is a really important medium to me. And it's just crazy how in the last 10 years, I don't even know any of the films that won an Oscar. There's an Oscar bait style film, but it's always some weirdo movie that no one cares about, right? And this is one of them. Who watches this? No one does. And they're shocked that it bombs. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, this 2.27 million, right? This movie cost $32 million to make, right? And for those who don't know the actual formula here, right? When they make a movie, they do the actual film for the money. So for $32 million, and then they do that exact amount around to market this film. So they had $32 million to make the film and then spent $32 million in marketing it. So this film cost $64 million, right? So they have to make that back. And even movies that break even flop. That's considered a flop. But here's the kicker, guys. Any amount of money that you make in the box office, the studio splits with the theaters 50-50. I think Disney gets 60-40. So in order for them to have to turn a profit, in order for them to make their money back, they're going to have to make $128 million. And it's going to be nowhere near that. This movie's a big bomb. It is one of the worst bombs in movie history. So, I digress. Now, the author gives the reasons why he thinks that it bombed. And number one, viewers are emotionally exhausted. Because they've poured their entire reservoir of indignation and resentment into a midterm election that left political and cultural tensions essentially unchanged. There's simply nothing left to spin on a real life picture that talks about HW and politics. So they're basically saying that real life sucks, inflation sucks, the Ukraine sucks, and people want escapism, and which is true. Number two, people are done with HW. So they're basically saying while the whole trial is going on, the whole media machine and culture zeitgeist has just moved ahead. And he's saying that media consumers and the prime movie going demographic have moved on to more contemporary villains. The current favorite, eclipsing even the progressives' nemesis Elon Musk, is a 30-year-old Sam Bankman-Fried, the disgraced crypto king, with last week's bidding on a book about the FTX scandal. There's a race to the screen. So, basically saying no one really cares about HW anymore. And then the last one, journalists aren't as interesting as they think they are. And he says, in movies, Reporters and editors play best when they're deeply flawed, like the cynical schemer portrayed by Kirk Douglas in Billy Wilder's Ace in the Hole, which, guys, if you haven't seen Ace in the Hole, check it out. It's fantastic. Or the many iterations of Hildy Johnson and Walter Burns, or those imperfect boomer heroes Woodward and Bernstein about who all the president's men tactics. We continue to debate. Guys, if you haven't seen All the President's Men, check that movie out. It's amazing. That's a movie that would make money these days. So basically, they're saying that the reporters and She Said, by contrast, are pretty pious, meaning that they don't have any flaws. But look, they're two women, and we all know that they can't make female characters that have flaws and weaknesses. Oh no, they can't do that anymore. But I guess to just sum this up, guys, who is this movie made for? Let's think about that. Who? Guys aren't gonna see this because it's got two chicks that are trying to take down H.W. Fine, but we don't care. And then women don't care about journalism and politics and all this stuff. So who is this made for? And how did the company who made this, how did they get it greenlit? You're literally taking $64 million and just flushing it down the toilet. So, all right, you guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you'd go and see this piece of trash. Thanks to all the new subscribers. You guys are the best. Thanks for everyone who watches. You guys are the best. Stay safe. And I'm out of here.